be the varsity level or the T-ball. How old are the kids when they start now? 7?
Younger,
5,
4.
4. My guy's 3 and he started. So that's fine. The earlier the better. But honestly, this, the structure is a huge thing, and it's, in order of importance. First of all, safety, then structure. So, right, all you, buddy.
Thanks. So I think the first thing is the major part that Coach Graham left out is I'm a school teacher, okay, and I'm a phys ed teacher, so I think I know kids a little bit. And the first thing that you guys got to know is that if you just go off the seat of your pants, they will know that you're just going off the seat of the pants and say, yeah, just go throw on the side or something. So the structure, format, okay, I know Coach Amato and Coach Foster probably passed them out to you. It's just something that I go by. And it's not every day I go by this, but most of the time, I kind of change it up, because you want to make practice fun for them, but you also want to, get your job done and get out of there. All right? So the first thing that we do every day, and this is new to me and new to Coach Amato, okay, is we stretch and throw. We always stretched and throw through, with, Coach Forbes and stuff, but with Coach Sullivan on board, he has a great program, and it's new to us, and, we take about a half an hour. Okay, and now the kids are just starting to learn it, and it goes a little bit quicker. So for Coach Foster and myself, we pencil in about a half an hour for throwing and stretching, but it's been going a little bit quicker. Okay, and again, we have Coach Sullivan do that. Okay, and then we get into either offense or defense, and like every day we switch it up because we want to make it fresh for them. We don't want them to get into a routine that we're going to hit first. All right, no, we're going to go defense today, and then hit. All right, so then we go to defense. All right, and we do 4 corners. Okay, 4 corners is a drill that Coach Winhoff probably explained to you guys. Okay, but we get the outfielders involved. It's just a bunch of ground balls, and it's across the diamonds, and we just get the outfielders to hit fungos and hit fungos and hit fungos, and there's no throwing involved. It's just fielding. Ray can bring it to the belly button, okay, and all that good stuff. Then we go into our individual defense, okay. When I got Coach Foster, that's when I became a good coach, because for 3-4 years before I got Coach Foster, I was by myself. It was like, all right, we're gonna have the infielders, come in, outfielders go out, and they're just standing around, all right. I utilize Coach Foster, right. I think it's important that everyone here, I don't care if you have 2 assistants, 3 assistants, 5 assistants, or just a dad or a mom that wants to help out, utilize it. Utilize it. It's only going to make you guys better. So we go to individual defense. Usually Coach Foster will take the outfield for about 10, 15 minutes. Then I'll take the infield, okay? And then we go to team defense. That's when we start working our cuts. Start working about communication, all right? I mean, it's huge right now, in the freshman level. A lot of kids don't know how to take a cut properly. We're working at that right now. And then we go to just offensive stuff, okay? We do hitting, and this is something I've learned with Coach Graham. Hitting can be boring, all right? We have 18 kids on the freshman team this year, 18. And 1 kid hits at all times, right? Sometimes we'll go double barrel, but most of the time we have 1 kid hitting, all right? So there's 17 other kids waiting to hit, or standing around, or pitching, or fielding, okay? It's important that you guys multitask, all right? And like I said, I've learned this from Coach Graham, all right? We split my groups up, and Coach Foster wasn't here this afternoon for practice, but my team got split up into 4 groups, okay? We had 1 group hitting, 1 group running the bases, and just 2 other groups shagging balls and throwing live BP. Okay, and we rotate that. It goes a little bit quicker. The kids seem to like it, right? All right, it's something I'm going to utilize. I got to talk to Coach Graham more about that. But it's something that we can use base running. So base running, hitting, we can always just teach. It's when Coach Foster's there, he's going to be teaching base running because he doesn't know how to hit. All right. And Coach Graham and myself will be teaching the hitting, all right? The other thing that we like to do with hitting is I usually have my catches hit first, because I like to use that time for my pitchers who haven't thrown in a few days to throw a bullpen, 40, 50 pitches, and then just get back out and shag some balls, all right? The last part is it's just conditioning. You know, we have them run sprints, or a cycle, or burners, or poles, okay? Because it's important that we try to make them run, all right? Because kids today think baseball's a slow game, but come watch a varsity game. I've been lucky enough to coach with Coach Grant, at the AAU level. I mean, this guy knows how to steal bases, and that's something that we're going to put in. All right, and then the last part that we have here is pressure situations. This is something I do at the end of each practice. Once I start getting my team together, right, I just have them do a pressure situation. Right, I'll say, okay, everyone's got to get a bunt down. If you don't do a bunt, you're running a lap. And I'll just throw pitches, and if you get a bunt down, great, you don't have to do it. But it just puts pressure on them. And it's not just bunting, but it's just like, you got to catch a fly ball, or, you've got to, move the runner to, from second to third, any way you know how, just hitting it to the right side of the field, okay? And then stuff like that is very key to, winning ball games, that close ball game, 3-2, 2-1, stuff like that. So it's important that you express that to your kids, all right, that these are the things that are going to help you win ball games. And then on the bottom here, I made these coaches points for you, but I always have like a little coaches points for myself to remind me, hey Ryan, shut up, you're getting too long.
I agree.
All right. Or just talk to this kid, or talk to Coach Graham, because talk to Coach Graham, because once you get into a practice, your mind's going a million miles an hour. So the 5 coaches points that I just kind of live by, myself, okay, is the first one is it's just to keep your instruction with your team to a small amount of time. These kids, all right, being a school teacher, I know that they have a very tough time standing there or sitting there for 20 minutes listening to one person talk, all right? So just try to keep it short with your team, and then as they're hitting or as they're fielding, go around and just give them more individual instruction, okay? All right, so that's my first point. Use your resources. I've already kind of talked about that. Use your coaches, use your, use your equipment, okay? I'm always bouncing ideas off Coach Graham or Coach Swinhart or Coach Foster. It's like I said, there's no, it's no secret that I became a better coach once Coach, Foster arrived 3 years ago. All right. 3, keep your practice fresh. Keep your practice fresh. I know most of you guys don't practice every day. All right, you practice once a week, and you might not have the field for an hour. But have some fun with them. Have some fun with them. Don't be stuck in the same routine. Try something new. Don't be afraid to check the blog spot. For stuff like that. All right, learn how to multitask. Especially with hitting. Hitting and fielding. Because when we do the 4 corners, right, and the kids are hitting fungos, that's great hand-eye coordination for these outfielders, and that's going to help them. That's going to help them hit the bat, okay? And then the last one is just make it fun for everyone, okay? One of the best drills, and I know Coach Swinhart's going to be talking about drills in a few minutes, but one of the best things I do at least once a week, okay, is I split up my team, and we play T-ball, all right? Why do we play T-ball? 3 reasons. Number 1 is, okay, their swing is going to be a lot better, okay? T-work is very fundamental, right? Number 2, believe it or not, it's a great fielding exercise because kids are getting ground balls. Kids are getting ground balls. And number 3, it's a great mental part of the game because they see, they see a lot of situations, and I'll stop and say, all right, we got a runner on second, less than 2 outs. Where are you going with the ball? Think about it. And we'll stop and we'll teach. That's just me. T-ball is a great game, and it's a lot less off me, Coach Foster. We don't have to run around. We can just sit there and teach and not run around and throw BP because my arm's getting a little sore. All right, being 34 and having some surgery. All right, but like I said, the structure part, is key. Is key because these kids know when you're flying by the seat of your pants, and they're just not gonna, I don't know, they're just not gonna feel practice that day doing, well, then why should I? All right? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Ryan made some great points there, and like you said, the big thing is about being structured. And obviously, not all of us have a prep period like he does during the day. Okay, and that's maybe why I just kind of figured out why he's so good at it, because he has prep periods and all that. And I have like 55 jobs now and a couple of kids that are very young, and you know, but absolutely, just have something jotted down so you have an idea, and the more people you get around you, better off you are. And before I go further, Coach Rogers just stuck him back there, our AD. Again, I was already talking good about you. Like I said, between Bob and Steve, you know, not to bash that other place I came from, but these guys are unbelievable. They make my job so much easier. And that being said, this is kind of what Ryan was just touching on. If you get other guys with you, or girls, of course, but it's just the more you get around you, the more people get around you, just to do jobs. And that's, you know, as I came in here, that's why I surrounded myself with some great people. I mean, I'm very, very fortunate to have 7 guys, you know, and like I said, 3 are paid, so, and it's just the way to do things, and just have a couple things jotted down. Like you said, keep it real and keep it going. You know, Ryan was talking about some of the things. Steve's going to get into a couple of little things here, a couple of drills and all that. And remember, obviously, if you're with the 4- and 5-year-olds as opposed to the 12-year-olds, the drill's going to be a little easier. We're talking about 4 corners. What he meant by that was you got a guy hitting fungos to the third baseman. The third baseman just throws it back to him, okay? You got another guy behind him hitting to the shortstop. You got a guy on this side hitting to the first baseman. You got another one hitting to the second baseman. Obviously, at the lower levels, don't even try it. All right, try 2 coaches, 1 hit to one side, 1 hit to the other. You know, even put them in one line in between the, you know, third base and shortstop or first and second. But the repetition of getting the ground balls and doing all this stuff, not being afraid of the ball and all that, and you know, using incredibles with little guys, and you know, anything to make it easier so they're not afraid and they get through the routines and all that. But the structure is absolutely key. Again, these guys make me look good. They make my life easy because, like we come in, like Steve saw someone come in, he's already back there. Here you go, you get your sheets and all this, and it's very, very important. And like I said, the kids will definitely know. You know, obviously you can improvise a little bit and all that. You got to do that. But you know, just have some kind of plan going in every day. And it was a great job by Coach Cadres. Next, Coach Swinhart is going to talk a little bit about just some basic drills. And should I get out of the way if you got the back door? Yeah, I'll catch it. Yeah. But just some basic drills. And again, at the end, we'll do the question and answers. That's really the part. We want to touch on some of the basics and all that kind of stuff. But I think the end part is going to be the big part tonight. And going forward, like I said, we'll always be available to answer any questions you guys have. All right, Steve Swinhart.
Hi, I'm going to talk mainly about some hitting drills and stuff, and it's mainly working with tees and doing what we call soft toss. There's also a term we use called short toss, and these are things that you can have the players doing on the side while you're doing infield practice or live hitting at the plate, things like that. This keeps the other kids involved. Generally, if you're fortunate enough to have 16 on the team, what I usually do is we'll take 4 teams of 4, and we'll have 4 kids hitting tees behind the backstop. We'll have the other 4 kids on a team will be in the infield, the other 4 will be in the outfield, and the final 4 will be at the plate hitting live pitching. So everybody's getting some repetition. If you can get these, even the age you people do, if you can get them to do 100 swings at a practice, that's only going to improve their hitting for sure. When I was coaching at Silver Lake, I was coaching with Coach Rogers, and one year we were, 250 swings a day they were getting? We had 4 cages going, we had a bunting station with a pitching machine. I mean, they were getting 250 swings a day. And if I'm not mistaken, that year the team hit 37 home runs. And Coach Rogers never found out for sure, but he thinks it's a state record. We had, I think, 7 different players hit 37 home runs. And they were getting 250 swings a day, whether it was from tee, whether it was from soft toss, whether it was from, you know, the iron mics or whatever. So repetition is what you really need. Coach Cadges talked about 4 corners, and that's getting the fielding repetition. That's getting, you know, if you can get 100 ground balls a day, that's only going to improve these guys, okay? I'm going to start with the tees. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in the pros, in the major leagues, they have these tees down in the